Good morning, everybody. This is Sarah Outlaw from Natural Health Improvement Center, South Jersey, Real Food Outlaws, and 902 and Organics. I'm getting ready to leave for the airport because I am going to Clearwater, Florida to do some training at Eula Nutritional Systems where I did my clinical training for nutrition response testing. And I wanted to log on for a little while today to give you some tips on what I do when I travel. So I have traveled quite a bit in the last 3 to 4 years and mostly going down to Florida for trainings. And I use standard processed products to keep myself healthy and not get sick during my trip. So I'm going to go through a couple of the products that I use specifically. I'm taking 2 of my children with me this time for classes as well. So this will be some good information for what you can do for yourself and for your kids to stay healthy when you are traveling. So the first thing that I bring along on any trip is my favorite supplement, which is Minchex. Now, Minchex is for when you have a little bit of anxiety about traveling. My children expressed a little bit of fear. They haven't been on a plane since 2009 when we flew here from California, when we moved here from California. So Minchex is minerals, and it's very calming to the central nervous system. Excuse the cat, he's visiting us. When you take some Minchex, within 15 minutes or so, your parasympathetic part of your nervous system really settles down. You're able to relax. It really curbs the nerves naturally by just giving your body some minerals to help support your own system. The one thing I really love about standard processed products and why they are my favorite, I use other lines in my office, but this is my favorite line because it is whole food. So standard process acts as the replacement parts your body needs to fix the things that are going on naturally by having your body do it. So basically it's just giving your body the nutrition it needs to repair things on its own. So you're not forcing a change. You are actually supporting your system so that it can function the way it was supposed to with nutrition. So I use Minchex as our calming agent to help us to cope with the trip and not fight with each other and those types of things. The other supplement that I use a lot of when I travel is Zypan. Now Zypan is hydrochloric acid. It's basically digestive support. And you know when you travel and you are eating things that you're maybe not used to eating, we try to eat and do our best, but when you are eating certain foods, you might have some digestive issues. So bloating, gas, some acid reflux, those types of things. Taking 2 Zypan after a meal when you're traveling really does help your body to digest your food and to help you not have any negative reactions. I also use it as a parasite preventative to help my body not pick up parasites when I'm traveling. So there was just a hurricane in the Clearwater area. Not sure what the water is going to be like there. We're going to be drinking bottled water mostly, but we might get exposed to some water. And I know there was no power until Monday in Clearwater, and we're going to be actually staying on Clearwater Beach. And we're definitely bringing our Zypan with us to help protect our systems from parasites and other things that could be in the water, etc. The other supplement that I bring with us when we travel is Conjuplex. Conjuplex is an immune system bolster. It helps to prevent the body from getting a cold and also shortens the duration. So as soon as I start feeling sick, what I do is I take 5 Conjuplex and then I take 2 an hour until I feel better. And then if I start to get a headache or anything like that, I also take it as well. I also notice that when I take Conjuplex, it helps me with vertigo. So sometimes I get a little vertigo when I fly. I take Conjuplex, it really helps with that. So that's Conjuplex, one of my favorites that I don't travel without. Another favorite that I travel with is Parotid. The parotid glands are located in the face, and their main job, that as we understand it, is to tag enzymes, or they produce enzymes rather, that tag toxins so that the body knows that the tagged toxins need to be eliminated. If your parotid glands are weakened, the enzymes don't do their job, the toxins are not tagged, and the toxins in your body just recycle into your system. So when I fly, I am exposed to hydrocarbons, which is exhaust. I'm exposed to radiation. I'm exposed to all sorts of chemicals from the plane, all sorts of chemicals in the hotel, the water, just an onslaught of things on a daily basis when I travel. So I always take Parotid. I start taking it before I get on the plane. I take it after I get off the plane, and I take it throughout the trip to keep my parotid glands nice and strong. So if I am going to be getting any toxic exposure, I don't really have to worry about it because my body is going to be able to handle it on its own. That's the beauty of Parotid, is the body is able to strengthen your own parotid glands, and you can also eliminate your own toxins without using some chelator or anything like that. Another important travel tip is magnesium lactate. So I use magnesium lactate. A lot of times during traveling, you may get stopped up a little bit. So a lot of people have told me when they travel, they have trouble going to the bathroom. Magnesium really helps that. Also helps with pulled muscles. So if you get hurt or anything, or you're doing any exercising, or sometimes when you travel, you hit the gym in the hotel, or you hit the pool and you feel a little sore. Taking some magnesium before bed really, really helps with muscle soreness and to help your body to eliminate properly. Another favorite of mine that I don't travel without is Cataplex AC. Cataplex AC is a supplement that I use for flu type things. So stomach bug. So if you think of, if you pick up a stomach bug on a trip, how many times have you been on a vacation and one of your kids has come down with a stomach bug and you've lost 24 to 48 hours of your awesome trip in a hotel, throwing up or having diarrhea, or both? Cataplex AC will prevent that, and it will also correct that if it happens. It will also shorten duration. So I love Cataplex AC. It's basically vitamin A and C and echinacea, and it's wonderful for the immune system. It works very well for any kind of flu that you may come in contact with. I also use it as a preventative, so we'll be taking this out on our trip. The other one that I use is Antronex. Antronex, I use it kind of like an antihistamine instead of Benadryl. It really helps to reduce histamines in the body. It's good for allergic reactions. So if you're exposed to something on your trip, say you get a bee sting, and you get hives, or you have an allergic reaction to a food, or anything like that, Antronex is your best friend. Or if you get something in your sinuses, or you need some extra drainage in your sinuses, stuffy nose, Antronex is flowing like water. So Antronex is something you definitely want to have when you travel. Probiotics is another one. So ProSymbiotic is another supplement that I use a lot when I travel, and that is probiotics. If you are eating out at restaurants, which we will be doing, we will be making really, really healthy choices. There's a wonderful paleo restaurant in Clearwater, downtown Clearwater, called Carolyn's, and it is wonderful food. If you ever go to Clearwater, check her out. She has the most amazing food I've ever had in a restaurant in my life. I don't really have to worry about what I eat there because I know it's all healthy, but if I eat in another restaurant, I know that I'm going to be taking probiotics regularly to help my body to not get any bacteria. And say hello to Paul again, who's going to interrupt us again. So that is what I use for that. The last supplement that I bring regularly is Spanish black radish. Spanish black radish is used as a bowel detoxifier. I like it for if there's any type of diarrhea issues. So if you get a stomach bug and you have to take the Cataplex AC to help with that, or you're having traveler's diarrhea, Spanish black radish is the one thing that I definitely don't travel without because it does detoxify the bowel. It really does help to keep your bowels clear, and you just have to be careful. It does contribute to constipation if you don't drink enough water, so make sure you're drinking plenty of water on your trip. There is one more that I want to tell you about. This one you can't get anymore right now. It's Cholacol 2. I use this as well for stomach viruses or food poisoning, specifically food poisoning. If you can't use this one, just get some activated charcoal because they don't have this in stock. I think I have the last bottle on the planet here, saving it up, hoarding it. But just go to the drugstore, get some activated charcoal to prevent any type of food poisoning issues, to stay healthy. I really get upset and sad when I hear people having their trips ruined by illness because all those types of things are so preventable. You just have to be prepared. So feel free to message me, comment on this, come into the office next week if you would like to pick up some of these items if you are traveling. And those are my healthy tips for travel, you guys. Hope you have a great week. I'm signing out for a while, and I will be back on Monday.